Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's the status? Anyways, to the point. Um, I'm actually here to talk to you just a little bit about mtor and leucine. mtor is basically a receptor on the muscle cell. It stands for mammalian receptor of rapamycin. And it's very crucial in this protein synthesis process. It basically tells your body to increase protein synthesis and that there's adequate protein and amino acids present. And there's a few ways I know that this can happen and that mTOR can be turned on. One is by carbohydrates. Carbohydrates will turn mTOR on. Increased ATP levels, and another important one to know about is leucine, which can be really effective if you're not eating carbohydrates and dieting to get leucine for that fact. And mTOR actually causes this to happen by two mechanisms, the increase in protein synthesis. One is that it phosphorylates 4-EBPI, which will inactivate it. And when it's active, it'll actually bind to 4-EBPI is a binding protein. When it's active, it'll bind to a protein called EIF4E. And this prevents it from binding to another protein called EIF4G. And this is very important that it binds to EIF4G in order to create a complex between 4-EBPI and EIF4G. So when mTOR is activated, it phosphorylates it and makes it inactive, and that allows it to bind to that other protein, which is very crucial for the protein synthesis process. Another way is that it activates ribosomal protein S6, and that basically causes an increase in the synthesis of components necessary for protein synthesis, which that'll increase the capacity of protein synthesis. So those are the two mechanisms as to why and how mTOR causes an increase in protein synthesis or muscle building to happen, and leucine just happens to turn this on quite well, as it's 10 times more effective than any other amino acid at increasing protein synthesis. So I'm here to tell you all a little bit about that. I think could be a very good method to use anytime, really, but especially during dieting phases when you're not, let's say, not eating many carbohydrates, or maybe you're on a ketogenic diet, or a cyclic ketogenic diet. Leucine loading to continue to turn on that mTOR pathway and increase protein synthesis. I can't see why it wouldn't be extremely effective at allowing you to build muscle on a low carbohydrate diet, as long as you're getting some kind of carbohydrate refeed, because it's basically turning on the mTOR pathway just as your carbohydrates are. And at the same time, you're getting the refeed, but I imagine there'd be enhanced fat burning effects when you're not eating carbs, but you're still turning on that pathway to cause muscle building. And maybe that's part of the reason as to why some of the old school bodybuilders did well, because of the amino loading, even though they were on a higher fat diet in those days and had their carbohydrate day, so to speak. And anyways, I just want to let you all know about that. If you have any questions, you can send them to me, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability, whether through comments, and I'll of course be making some more videos on different subjects. I'm actually pretty new to this whole thing, so I hope to improve my videos and the information that I give out. Alright everyone, have a good one. Later.